Hello, my friends. I apologize for the delay in recording this journal. Um, the body hasn't been feeling up to par, and I was thinking it was important to be strong to do this. But you know what? You don't need me. You don't need me at all. So this is the trip, and it's a journal from June 4th, 2010. Mayan day was 9 offering, or water. Do you realize that there are only 511 days left in the Mayan calendar? That's pretty striking, pretty interesting. Over the several thousand years it covers, over 4,000, I think, it is now 99.972% complete. Wow. That leaves 0.0273% to go. Points to ponder. Now, don't let fear arise over this or anything else I say. Fear is just a trap, my friends. It really is time to look it right in the eye and say, boo! I promise it will run away. There is really nothing to it, just a paper tiger. Now, you know the secret by now. If you've been here before, enter heart space. That's it. There's a certain timing that's involved, however, and you don't wait until you're positively terrified, facing some terrible physical danger, and then all of a sudden decide it's time to drop down into your heart. While that's an absolutely magnificent thing to do at any time, it works a good bit better if you get some practice with it first. It doesn't take much, really. Maybe one really good connection with heart space, and you'll know. You'll just know. And you'll know it is quite impossible for fear of any kind to come knocking in there. Ain't happening, because it can't. Now, the best thing to do right now would be to drop down into heart. I feel some of you trying to understand this with your minds, and that just won't work. This isn't mind stuff. I'm sorry, I can't explain that. It's just how it is. Enter the kingdom of heart if you want to understand this stuff and connect with it. A real experiential ride is available to you here if you are ready for that. You can't force yourself, though. Either you are or you aren't. About the only thing I've found we have much control and say-so over is our will and what we do with that. When you combine your will with the intent behind it, you've got the core of your power right there. And it's serious. It's not trivial. We've been trivialized. Now, on the surface, it's going to look trivial at first. You're going to say, okay, what do I need to do to change things for myself? I want a better life. I want clairvoyance. I want intuition. I want to be able to merge with the planet, the sun, with something. Tell me what to do. Yeah, I hear you. I hear that a lot. So let's look at it. First of all, just who or what is talking there? What part of you is asking those questions? This is critically important because the foundation of every question is the questioner. Who is asking? This is no small question. As you may have guessed or leaped out ahead to see, this takes us right to the who am I or what am I question. Now there's a big one for you. And if you think you're going to get very far on the spiritual path, or seeking higher consciousness without addressing this very issue, well, good luck with that. You see, you could solve all the questions, the really big ones, in cosmos and be nowhere if you don't know who you are. How is that? Well, think about it. I ask you to build me a house. You build me a house. Oh, but wait, I forgot to tell you. I'm an ant. Yeah, the insect kind. Now, what use have I for the house that you built? What good is it? It gets down to perspective. Most things do eventually. So why not start right out with that and address it? Every question you ask refers right back to you. Without some bead on the you, some definition of who, or at least what you are, then all answers are useless. Well, let's just say they're of highly questionable value, like that house to that ant. Some of them might well be wonderful, but how can you know which ones when they're tethered to nothing? Who are you? What are you? Yeah, I feel you coming unstuck out there, beginning to float about, kind of rudderless, realizing the depth of this perspective thing, nor beginning to. It's really, really huge, my friends. It's not just some neat, esoteric, finger up the nose waste of time question that naked sages in Himalayan caves ask themselves endlessly, in between saying Om. It has a bit more relevance to real life than that. And then apologies to the cave dwellers. I know you're relevant too. Actually, I'm in some of those caves in some of my lives. Okay. It's good that you're floating about, coming unstuck. And that's what it is. You're beginning to come unstuck from that oh so solid seeming definition of the self you came to this with. Now admit it. You really don't know who you are, do you? The really brave ones don't, and they'll be able to admit it. And that takes real guts. It scares the you-know-what out of mind. Mind is the one apparatus in our being that really wants to know things. Mind thinks that's its mission in life, to know and to come to know things. That's its purpose. Well, that's fine. I've got nothing against that. It's a perfectly good aim for mind, not for you. Let that settle in just a bit. For mind, but not for you. Mind is quite welcome to go off in search of ultimate truth and all that. That's fine. You can let it. You don't have to go along for that ride, however. You already know ultimate truth. You've just been hiding it from yourself. You really knew it all along. No, don't ask. That's just mind. Please do stay in the heart. Let mind wonder about things all at once. Just allow it, but don't get so caught up into it, see? Begin to step back and disidentify from your mind. If you can do this, you'll quickly realize that mind isn't you. No, it is you to the extent that it forms part of your 3D equipment. I'll give you that. Mind is a component of your 3D experience, and a very important one at that. Mind is not useless or wrong or worthless or anything like that. No, mind is fine.